Today on the channel, somebody call a doctor with Carl Doc Greer GI Joe Classified Series.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another GI Joe Classified Series unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got Carl Doc Greer. But for all your Carl Doc Greer needs, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% all in-stock items, anything over $79. Does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, Carl Doc Greer, or Doc to most of us, an all-timer in the G.I. Joe landscape, and we recently got him out of the Super 7 Ultimate Edition. We'll compare that later on in this very video, but I just recently learned, or maybe I just forgot, I don't know, but apparently Doc is a pacifist. What are we doing? We don't need any pacifists on this G.I. Joe team. Bad enough having Lifeline on the team at the time where, oh man, could you hand me that gun? I'm about to be killed. And Lifeline, no, I'm not touching that thing. We'll never forget those days in the old G.I. Joe cartoon series. But I didn't realize Doc was a part of that team. I always felt like Doc was like, hey, I'm a medic first, but if it really goes down and my boy Flint needs some help, I'm going to back him up with a machine gun or something. But apparently that's not the case with Doc. I still think if Flint was in trouble, he would. Maybe not Duke, I understand that, but Flint, he definitely would. But man, just rattling my brain all these years later. You learn something new every single day, I guess you do here. And another thing you do learn is how we do these videos. And of course, we're going to do this video like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We're going to see what old Doc Greer's up to. Is he related to Pam Greer? If I'm not mistaken, and somebody fact check this, I wouldn't, but I think they are brother and sister. Yes, you heard it here first. One went into service as a medic in the Army. The other one, of course, was in blaxploitation movies in the 70s. So shout out to Pam Greer. Shout out to Doc Greer right here. G.I. Joe Classified Series looking good right there. Got his name. Of course, new packaging design. We've seen this with Jinx and Torch as of late, even Naugahyde. Don't forget Pork Belly as well. But we have unboxed a lot of Joes lately on the channel, so check out those reviews if you did miss it. We got Doc on the side. Man, look at that look. He looks all, this is like a man right there. He's like, yeah, what's going on, dude? He's my kind of guy right there, looking good. And he is number 122 in the line for those keeping track at this point. On the side, Jibber Jabber, if I ever saw it. Get your QR code readers out. Jibber Jabber at the bottom. You got a little glamour shots there of old Doc. What's he doing back here? He's got a flare gun. It looks like he's in the thick of it. There's a helicopter back there. It doesn't look to be the Dragonfly coming in, but the house is burning down. Maybe he used that flare gun to start it on fire. Could he have done that? Could he be a devious Doc? He could be. You never know. And of course, he is a medic. And of course, we're going in the back door for Doc too. I just don't go in the back door for just anybody. See you later. Goodbye. We're going into the back door for Doc. And I, of course, master of the back door, as we know. See you later. Goodbye. And Doc, oh, look at that loadout for Doc. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. He's got a flare gun, and what's this other gun? We're going to find out here in a second. Going to pop all this stuff out. At first, this doesn't really feel like what I think of as Doc. However, I think once you start plugging all this stuff onto Doc, I think it comes around to more of the Doc we know of the past. But we'll see here. We'll see here very soon. And I'm glad this is the Doc we got. Of course, see you later. Goodbye. What is it? Doc's niece or something is like a Joe medic now. I don't know what that's about. I'm glad we didn't get that one. Maybe in episode? Sure, why not? Maybe down the road, maybe figure 474. Let's get the female Doc, maybe. We'll see what happens there. But let's get down to business here with Doc. And first thing I notice is he does got these pouches that seem to clip on him here. We've seen that before. We saw that with the 60th anniversary, like action divers and soldiers and things. So it looks like we're reusing a little bit of that with this Doc figure. Gonna reuse with kindness, I guess. But we do get one of those little pouches there. Of course, got the little cross on there, the plus symbol, whatever, the medic symbol. We got that going on there. He's got a holster for his gun. I guess we'll get into that in a second. Whoa, I'm throwing stuff around. we got that down there. We got another satchel. We're going to call this a satchel. He's got that going on. He's got a lot going on. He's full of pouches, full of fun, full of medicine, I think is what he's full of there. But let's get down to it. What is this gun? This looks like a gun. Maybe it's a taser. Is that what he's using? Is he using a taser? I don't know what this is, but it goes in his holster, it looks like. But I'm going to pretend he got rid of the pacifist stuff, and he's got a gun. He's ready to fire off if he needs to. And then even if the chips are really down, he's got his flare gun. So he'll shoot this in somebody's face if he has to. That can't be a good day at the office either, I wouldn't imagine. We do get his iconic shades, and that's where it didn't feel like Doc to me. Once you put these shades on, you put the helmet on, then we're playing all those Doc hits, as we know. But love the green lenses on this one. Just screams my man Doc, of course. And it looks like we got a stretcher, and the stretcher actually folds. I like that a whole lot. Folds up, he can take it around, and of course, sticks it on his back as a backpack. So we can store it on him if you want to. Of course, you lay this out, and you could have the Joe on there, and you can plug the Joe in the back, and he could be laying down, being marched off to safety, I guess is what we'll call it here. But a nice little extra piece. I would have really liked this when I was a little kid. I would have got a lot of use out of this, a lot. For me now, though, he'll probably just be his backpack most of the time on display. But a very cool idea, and I like how they brought that together. But now, let's get down to the man Doc himself. Old Carl Doc Greer. Let's see what all the fuss is about here. He looks like a guy that's seen a battlefield war or two. He's had to do some on-site surgeries, I think, because he's got a face that looks like he's been through some miles. It does. And maybe he's getting ready for retirement. Who knows? But he does look good. I like that he just doesn't look like a young whippersnapper. He looks like a guy that's seen a thing or two. He's seen an arm blown off. He's seen a leg blown off. He's seen that. Those lasers, they're hot lasers. They cut right through you. He's seen them out there. And I do like he's got a little gray on the temples. I'm trying to work on that myself. I'm trying to get there. Maybe another year or two, I'll be all gray like him. We'll see what happens there. But looking good in the temples. That's a nice little extra attention to detail. Of course, he does come with a helmet. Now, this helmet is interesting. It's got his strap on there and everything, but I think it's going to be fairly tough. Maybe not. You can get it on there. There we go. It'll stick on. I thought it was going to be harder to get on than it was. So I do like that. That was easy. I probably should have put maybe the glasses on first. Not exactly sure, but the glasses will really aid to the look there. Very interesting. He's got a couple of pill bottles up there on the top. Is he a dope fiend? Is he got a pill problem? Is he popping pills? Has he got some somas or something? What's he doing here? But he does got 2 pill bottles strapped to his head. I guess, you run out there. He runs out to the front line, and Duke calls him. He's like, Duke, are you okay? I heard you're hurt. What's going on, Duke? I just need an aspirin. Oh, thanks for making me trudge through the battlefield just to give you an aspirin for your little headache, Duke. Where Flint, gets his hand blown off. He's like, I'll just stitch this. Don't call Doc. Don't call Doc. It's good. I'll stitch it. I got some super glue. It'll glue back. That's kind of Flint, and Duke's like, makes Doc cross across enemy lines for an aspirin. True story. True story. I wouldn't fact check it, but true story, of course. But looking good. The helmet looks nice. A little extra attention to detail never hurt anybody. Got a little medic on the side, got a little medic logo on that side, got the vest we talked about, got spots to plug in all over the place, even on the side, there's another one. You can choose your own adventure how you want these to all plug in, but he's a guy full of pockets, full of stuff, and full of time. He's got nothing but time on his hands, but he does come with a watch down here on the side as well. So a lot of stuff going on with Doc here. He's got all kinds of stuff. He's ready to help out anybody that needs it. Got 2 holsters on the side. I guess this is for his gun, his flare gun, whatever he's packing as far as heat goes. He's got the tan outfit throughout, very on brand for Doc. Black shoes as well. Articulation, butterfly shoulders, arms all the way around, bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows. Those hits continue to be played. Hands back and forth, side to side. Do got gun hands over here, so I don't know what's going on with that. It does got waist articulation. You got some ab action in there as well. Of course, drop down hips. We know all about those. The big old Doc splits. He's got those. He's ready to go. He's ready to help out at the gymnasium if he needs to. Leg does go up. Thigh cut. Always love how the thigh cut is hidden behind the satchels on the side there, looking nice. Double jointed pinless knees. The hits continue to be played. Ankles side to side, a little bit up and down as well. Does he fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand? Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And what do you know? He does. Fits perfectly right there. Doc the Combat Medic. Will we see more medics? I think Stretcher was my second favorite one. Was that his name, Stretcher, back in the day? He was one of the newer Joes. Lifeline kind of in the middle. Lifeline just always disappointed me out on that battlefield. I was just hoping Wetsuit and Leatherneck would just wring his neck one of these days. It just never happened. It never happened. But I think Duke was protecting him, I'm sure. I think there was more to that story. We'll find out. We'll dive into that. We'll do some investigative journalism right here on the channel. Figure out what's going on between Duke and Lifeline. I think there's something going on. We'll find out. We'll find out. But of course, when I do think of Doc, this is more what I think of. I know this Super 7 Ultimate line isn't for everybody, but I've said it before. I've always dreamed since I was a little kid to have action figures of the G.I. Joe team based on how they looked in the cartoon, and that's pretty cool all these years later. Not that I don't enjoy the classified, let me tell you, but this really tugs on the old nostalgia heartstrings is what that one does there. But both versions of Doc, I am here for this. You always need a medic somewhere on the front line, and that's what Carl Doc Greer, brother of Pam Greer, is here for today. But what say you? What do you think about old Doc? Are you picking this Doc up? Playing a little bit of that long game? Who was your favorite G.I. Joe medic that isn't Lifeline? Of course, it isn't Lifeline. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at Prosthetees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Carl Doc Greer, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.